and welcome to Lesson 9 of the Masuda Ashi Introductory course. This is the second lesson where we'll be talking about Masuda Ashi shadows. And in the previous lesson, lesson number 8, we looked at how Masuda Ashi shadows were constructed and also learned that they can be used to identify near-term turning points, including near-term tops and near-term bottoms, and also when we put all of the Masuda Ashi shadows, if we click all of the buttons on the Masuda Ashi chart, that they help us to clearly identify trends at a glance. And in this lesson we're going to have a closer look at the 4 critical patterns that incorporate the Masuda Ashi shadows, particularly for the short-term 3-day Masuda Ashi real body line with shadows. And we'll have a look at how we can learn to identify near-term tops and near-term bottoms. These are critical turning points in the overall context of reading charts, and should be particularly helpful in determining good entry points and exit points, a little along the lines of some of the earlier lessons where we looked at the relationship between the short-term and the medium-term Masuda Ashi line. Now, what we can see here on the slide is 4 different patterns. From the top left we have the near-term top, or harami version, and on the right we have the near-term top reversal. Now when we talk about near-term tops, top does not imply good or best or anything like that. It just means almost like ceiling, or the energy of the stock price has come to a ceiling and has reached a peak, and will probably go down from that point on. On the bottom line we have near-term bottom, harami on the left, and near-term bottom reversal on the right. Bottom in this case does not mean bad or end of the road or anything. It means that we've hit a bottom in terms of declining share price energy, and expect the share price to go up from that point on. So we're trying to identify the near-term tops and the near-term bottoms using the 2 different types of pattern in each case, harami and reversal. Another word for near-term top harami is a bearish harami, or a bearish reversal in this case. And on the bottom line we have for the bottoms the bullish harami and bullish reversal. Bearish meaning negative sentiment or declining, bullish meaning positive sentiment or increasing. So bullish harami for a point where we expect the stock price to go up from there on, same with the bullish reversal. Bearish reversal is where we expect the stock price to go down from that point, same with the bearish harami. Now you might be asking, what does harami mean? Well, this actually is a Japanese word which technically means pregnant, and it is used in Japanese candlestick terminology a lot. And basically it means where something is enclosed. So if you imagine this is the body of the mother and this is the body of the baby. The baby is enclosed, so it's like the body within. It's enclosed within the range of the top and bottom values here. Now don't get confused that the Masuda Ashi chart is Japanese candlesticks. It is not. It's clearly quite different. So let's first of all read the definition as a starter, and we can explain in more detail as we go along. So for the near-term top harami, or the bearish harami, after a continuous pink phase, which we have here, the combined Masuda Ashi real body and shadow for a period falls within the range of the combined real body and shadow for the previous period. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? After a continuous pink phase, here, the combined Masuda Ashi real body, which is this part here, the real body, and shadow, this is the shadow, for a period, so for one period this is the real body and the shadow, in this case the real body and the shadow, falls within the range of the combined real body and shadow for the previous period. So again, what we briefly touched on before, this real body and shadow, the entire length here, is fully enclosed by the range of values of the Masuda Ashi real body and shadow for the previous period. That is what a harami is. While we're on the topic of harami, let's look at the bullish harami, or the near-term bottom harami, where we expect it to turn up. We have, in this case, this is the bullish harami after a continuous blue phase, so we've been on a declining phase. The combined Masuda Ashi real body and shadow for a period falls within the range of the combined real body and shadow for the previous period. So we've had a continuous blue phase in a downward trend. Now the combined Masuda Ashi real body and shadow, this length here, is fully enclosed by the range of the length of the Masuda Ashi real body and shadow for the previous period. Again, this is bullish harami, bearish harami. Let's look at the near-term top reversal, or in other words, the bearish reversal. Basically, this means an about face. So you thought you'd been going one way, and then it turns out that you're going the other way very quickly. The tip of the Masuda Ashi shadow, which we learnt in the previous lesson, the tip of this arrow is the closing price for a period, falls below the low Masuda Ashi price of the previous period, when the previous period Masuda Ashi real body was pink. Again, it's another mouthful. Let's look at it more slowly. If you need to stop at any point, just pause the video and then restart it again after you've had a chance to read and digest all of this. As I keep repeating the same kind of key fundamentals, basics, and the rules over and over again, you'll start remembering them, no doubt, by rote, and hopefully the understanding will also take place very quickly. The tip of the Masuda Ashi shadow for a period here. Oops, this one, sorry. This is the tip, the closing price of a Masuda Ashi shadow for a period, falls below Masuda Ashi price for the previous period, when the previous period Masuda Ashi real body was pink. So we have a previous period real body being pink. This is the low Masuda Ashi price for that pink real body. The shadow, the end of the arrow tip here, is the closing price for the current Masuda Ashi real body and shadow in question, and it is clearly below the previous period's low Masuda Ashi price. This is a near-term top reversal, or a bearish reversal. So we had been on a rising pink phase here in an uptrend. Suddenly we're doing an about face where the closing price is well below yesterday's Masuda Ashi real body low price. Similarly for the near-term bottom reversal, which is a bullish reversal, so we're expecting it to go up. The tip of the Masuda Ashi shadow for a period, in this case here, rises above the high Masuda Ashi price of the previous period, when the previous period Masuda Ashi real body was blue. So we had a consecutive blue downward phase here, and this is the high Masuda Ashi price, or yesterday's Masuda Ashi price for this particular real body, and our latest Masuda Ashi real body and shadow combination, the shadow is well above the previous period's high, and when this was blue. So that is looking okay according to the rules. So let's now have a look at a real chart to see this in action.